In a quaint little village nestled in the hills, there existed a mysterious artifact known as the mirror that aged. The mirror hung in the village square, encased in an ornate golden frame, its glass polished to perfection. But this was no ordinary mirror. It had a peculiar enchantment. It didn't reflect how people looked on the outside, instead, it revealed their inner selves. The villagers were both fascinated and wary of the mirror. Some dared to stand before it, curious about what it might reveal, while others avoided it entirely, fearing what they might see. One day, an old woman named Marietta stood before the mirror. Her back was slightly hunched, her hair a snowy white, and her face lined with wrinkles from years of laughter and tears. Yet, when she gazed into the mirror, the reflection staring back at her was not that of an elderly woman but of a radiant young lady with sparkling eyes and a warm smile. The villagers gathered around, marveling at the sight. "How can this be?" they asked. Marietta chuckled softly and said, "Perhaps it is because I carry joy in my heart. Life has not been easy, but I have chosen to embrace its beauty and spread kindness wherever I go." Not far away, a young man named Victor observed the scene. Victor was tall and handsome, with sharp features and a confident stride. Yet, he was known for his arrogance and quick temper. Scoffing at the crowd's murmurs, he stepped forward to prove the mirror was nothing but a trick. As he stood before the glass, a collective gasp rippled through the onlookers. Victor's reflection was not the handsome youth they saw before them but an old man, bent with bitterness, his face etched with scorn. Furious, Victor turned to the villagers. "This mirror is cursed. It lies." But Marietta shook her head. "The mirror does not lie, Victor. It reflects what is within. The anger and resentment you carry have aged your soul." Victor stormed away, but her words stayed with him. That night, he lay awake, replaying the scene in his mind. Could it be true? Could his inner bitterness truly overshadow his outer beauty? The days turned into weeks, and Victor found himself avoiding the mirror. But he couldn't avoid the reflection in his heart. Slowly, he began to change. He started by helping a struggling farmer with his crops, then apologized to a shopkeeper he'd wronged. Little by little, his heart grew lighter. Months later, Victor returned to the square. The villagers watched in silence as he stepped before the mirror once more. This time, his reflection was that of a vibrant young man, his eyes bright with newfound humility and warmth. The crowd cheered, and Victor turned to Marietta, gratitude shining in his eyes. "You were right," he admitted. "The mirror taught me that true beauty comes from within." From that day forward, the mirror became a symbol of self-reflection and growth. Villagers began to visit it not out of vanity but to understand themselves better. Some wept at what they saw, while others rejoiced, but all left with a deeper understanding of their own hearts. The lesson of the story is that by nurturing kindness, compassion, and joy within, we can transform not only ourselves but also the world around us. The mirror reminds us that change begins with self-reflection, and it's never too late to grow into the best version of ourselves.